Welcome back. You're listening to Daily Manna Devotionals. Thanks for stopping by. If at any point in time you like what you're hearing or you can relate in some way, make sure you hit the thumbs up, the subscribe button with notifications on, comment down below, all those wonderful YouTube things so that the algorithm will push this out to more people and we can spread the word. Anyway, let's get into this. Today's title is Depression. When I was scrolling through and clicking on a random manna from Grandpa to do, I clicked on this one and I thought that's pretty fitting because I've actually talked to a couple of people just in the last week who have been dealing with seasonal depression. And I think that that's pretty common at this time of year. It seems like when it gets cold and cloudy out and the weather's changing, for some reason that affects a lot of people. Sometimes myself included. I definitely tend to be more productive and go on sunny days for whatever reason. And when it's cloudy or rainy, I end up wanting to stay home and be lazy. So I can kind of understand the seasonal depression thing. But anyway, let's jump into this. It says, I'm dealing with depression. Are these feelings sinful? God's response to that. I'm overwhelmed with trouble. Haven't I had enough pain already? And now the Lord has added more. I am weary of my own sighing and can find no rest. Jeremiah chapter 45, verse 3. Come quickly, Lord, and answer me, for my depression deepens. Don't turn away from me, or I will die. My heart is broken. Depression haunts my days. Your feelings of depression are not sinful. However, there's no denying that feelings have a lot of influence over your actions, which may become sinful if you are not careful. Jesus did not condemn those who were hurting or ill, and he will not condemn you for feeling depressed. Jesus' words are actually a tremendous encouragement because they acknowledge that undeserved suffering is part of human life and that God can still be known and experienced in the midst of the darkest of life. God's promise to us, I have told you all this so that you may have peace in me. Here on earth you will have many trials and sorrows, but take heart because I have overcome the world. John 16:33. This devotion comes out of For Men, a devotional by Tyndale. Like I said, I think this is fitting, especially this time of year when a lot of people are struggling with depression that maybe didn't struggle with it throughout the summertime when it's nice and sunny out and you're out going to the lake or playing out with your kids in the yard or doing things that are out in the sunshine. It seems like it's just a happier time, going to the pool, whatever. And then in the wintertime, we're kind of bottled up. And I think that's why COVID-19 has had a very large impact on many people who struggle with depression or anxiety, addiction issues, all these things. Suicide, sadly, is up a really large amount this year because of the lockdowns and coronavirus and all that. And I think that's obviously why when you're stuck at home and you're inside all the time, it's just not as uplifting. I do that myself, where if I'm in my house for a couple of days in a row without leaving, I just got to get out. I got to go do something, go to the store, find something to get out of the house, because I find myself slipping into that, watch Netflix and sit around and not accomplish a whole lot, and then that turns into depression where it's kind of like a snowball thing where if you're not accomplishing anything and just kind of sitting around like a blob, then you feel more depressed because you feel like you're not accomplishing things and you're failing yourself. So I can see how people fall into that in the seasonal depression. And anyway, I guess that's what this speaks to me, is that it's that time of year, and just to remember that God is there. He did not condemn anyone for their sin of becoming depressed or anything like that. So he's always there in our darkest hours. And for me personally, I turn to him more in my darkest hours. I think some people turn to God more when things are going great, and they find him more in Thanksgiving type situations. And for me, it's usually in my darkest times that I'm actually closest to God. So sometimes I think maybe he brings on these difficult moments and hard times so that way we find our way back to him and get close to him. But he's always there, always watching, and you can always turn to him. Thanks for listening. God bless.